They are going nowhere. They are part of us and we are part of them. We must live with them. You can't drive them away, and they can't drive us away. They are our neighbors, so we should never allow them to be our enemies. And if by any mistakes, by our actions, we have turned them into enemies, then we are finished. Because our real enemy will use them against us. As your real enemy will use your neighbor against you, and nobody knows your secret more than your neighbor. He knows when you come back and when you go out. So we should never allow herdsmen to be our enemies.
Wato ƙasar American nan fa ban son kausasa magana game da ita, amma dai gaskiya munafuka ƙasa ce. Lokacin da Najeriya ta yaƙi da Biafra, su suke taimakawa Biafra. Ƙasar ma da ta ba mu taimako farko shine ƙasar Rasha. Saboda haka suna nan suna jin haushin ƙasar Najeriya, da kuma 2015 suna cewa ƙasar Najeriya zai wargaje. Wai sun yi dirasa sun ga cewa ƙasar Najeriya za ta wargaje. Gashi shekarun sun wuce ƙasa ba ta wargaje. Fatan dai muna sharri take yi. To da muka ji wannan kage da kazafi da ƙarya da ya fito daga bakin Amerika a lokacin da ta fito daga wani barna a ƙasan Gaza, muka ce wayannan mutanen nan ba su samu abin da suke so a can ba, ko akwai wani nufi ba abin da suke faɗa ba. Bayan ƙarya ne, mutane da yawa na mutuwa a Najeriya. Musulmi da Kirista, kai wanda ba musulmai ba ma, kowa ma dai ana samu wannan. Sannan kuma ana faɗa tsakanin ƙabilu, ana faɗa tsakanin makiyaya da masu noma. To duka wannan haɗe a cikin wannan rikicin, kawai mutum daga Amerika ya tsame kawai Kirista da ke wasu ake, alhali muna zaune da su. Lokacin da ke maganan shugaban soja na koli Kirista ne, cikin manya-manyan sojojin nan na Air Force kaɗai ne musulmi, duka Kirista ne. To yaushe za a zo a ce muna kashe Kirista? A sha akwai wata manufa, da wannan manufan ne ya ce to maganin maciji mai a datsa kan. Ba Amerika kaɗai ce a duniya ba wadda yake za ka rasa abun ba ka yi hulɗa da ita ba. In kayan kere-kere muke da, akwai ƙasar China. In kayan ƙarfi ne, akwai ƙasar Rasha. Sannan kuma ko da tattalin arzikin ƙasa yanzu, akwai wasu ƙasashe da ake kira BRICS, wayanda ke sun yi ƙoƙarin haɗuwa ne domin su ga cewa wannan babakere da Amerika ta yi a tattalin arzikin ƙasa an karya shi. Kuma Najeriya ta shiga cikin shi tsundum. To me muke tsoro? Akwai kasashen da suke rayuwa tare ba sun ma wai akwai wani abu Amerika ba. Ashe yanzu lokaci ya zo wannan makasan nan da bata nuna muna tana kaunan mu ba, sai dai kawai ta tsatse mu, ta raba mu, ta cutar da mu.
You see, Nigeria is a very funny place. You see this man called Sheikh Gummi. The man is just unbelievable. Now, the funny thing is that this man is very educated, and yet he believes that allowing the herdsmen to maraud everywhere in the country, on the roads, in the Federal Capital Territory, on people's farm, butchering people, is the right way to go. What happened to ranching? What happened to educating these herdsmen on modern ways of doing things, like it is done in many other countries like the Netherlands, the United States? In these countries, you can never see a cow in the city. You can live your life and never see a cow. What happened to it? How come that everything in Nigeria seems very different? Everything in Nigeria is problematic.
Nigerian cinema, often called Nollywood, is unique for its mass.
Is there an agenda that these people are pursuing that we do not know? Because come to think of it, that was the same way Muhammadu Buhari said that he was going to activate the old headers route when development had already taken care of most of those routes. Are we going forward or are we going backwards? And the crazy thing is that the Nigerian government is paying lip service to it. And you see, that is the reason why the world is intervening. You cannot come to my local government and kill, wipe out an entire village, dissect a pregnant woman and decapitate the child, and you say we should continue living with this herdsman, that's a double standard. You need to do the right thing. You need to put the right measures in check. Then let these herdsmen desist from going into our communities. We don't have any problem with them. They should stay in their states. They should imbibe the modern ways of doing things. Right now, that this thing is escalating all around the country. You can't even travel from point A to point B without being scared you might be kidnapped by this herdsman or killed even, or asked to pay a ransom that you have never imagined that you will ever earn in your life. So what is this? Because I find it difficult to understand. Is there an agenda? These herdsmen go about with AK-47, which they have said time and time again that the AK-47 was given to them by someone very powerful. So who is this person? And why was the Maeti Allah given so much amount of money in the tune of 100 billion naira? What is that for? Why is Gummi hellbent on speaking to these people? No wonder Ibrahim Babangida said, arrest even those who tend to negotiate with them. Because I find it difficult to understand why private citizens are negotiating for the government for also the bandits. Why is he acting as an intermediary? Why has he not been brought in for questioning? Because if he can go there to mediate between the government and these herdsmen to pay a ransom, which means that he knows where they are, the federal government knows where they are, but the federal government has failed to protect the citizens. So what justification, what moral justification do we have to question the action taken by the President of the United States? Isn't that not a double standard? Do you think we are all fools? Do you think we do not have common sense? Do you think we'll continue to live like this and not question your actions? And the funny thing now is that the propaganda is flying. He's now saying that the reason why the American government is bombing Nigeria is because they supported Biafra. You're now trying to find a way to bring Biafra into the equation? This is crazy. These persons have been marauding, beheading, sacking villages, using people powerful, are using these people to mine rare earth minerals in Zamfara State and Kwara State, killing traditional rulers, killing children, sacking churches, and everybody kept quiet. Shall we continue in sin that grace might abound? We are all humans. If we fail to tell ourselves the truth, then we can never build a nation. We can never build a nation that will serve for the interests of everyone in the country. Nigeria can never become a nation because we are so divided to unite. We must take steps. We must take keen steps. These steps must be measured to unite the country if you want the country to be one. But telling us to keep blind eye to the killings being wrought by these herdsmen, that must be a joke taken too far. And that will never be allowed to stand, Sheikh Gummi.